Hey there, it's Julie Hutchison here from Think, Be, Do Leadership, and I'm a bit earlier than I'm meant to be today, but I realise that was something I've got to do, so I'm coming in early at you. So today we are on day 4 of Team on Fire: how to grow you, to grow your team, to grow your business. And today it's kind of a sad day actually, but I think a learning for all of us, a warning for all of us, because I was talking to a friend of mine called Simon, and it's made me bring up the subject of as the title of this, which is a new meaning to the phrase "do or die." Uh, if you're the boss in your business and you're growing your business and it's your baby and you've maybe grown it from scratch and you've built it and you've got a team now and you've got a bigger team and it's still growing and you're excited for what's going to happen, then you need to be here today because Simon and I were talking about how important it is to know this meaning of do or die. There's never been a more important time to think about this actually, because Simon told me a tale today that made me feel so sad. I was chatting away to him and about some other bits and pieces, and he said, when I told him about kind of who I'm working with, he said, I've got a story about that's super sad. And he said, and it's what changed me in my business. And Simon, he used to have a construction business. He doesn't now, he's also a coach, but he was telling me about when he had his construction business and he was working all hours, God sends, and he was, loving what he does, but was busy and in it all the time, and he never took a day off. And he had a friend called Roland who was very similar to him and really good friends with him. And he was telling me that he had a construction business as well. And he was telling me that they used to work hard and play hard, because if they didn't play hard, they would never fit the time in to play at all. So he's saying they used to go up in a helicopter, which is really nice, I'm sure, but that's not really what we're talking about today. What we're talking about is that they didn't really have enough time to play, and so the time was so paramount to fit things in, to rush, and to always be available. And Simon and Roland were of the mind that you needed to be there and you needed to be in your business and you were responsible for that business, and therefore you couldn't step back. And so Roland particularly, Simon was telling me how he couldn't take a day off and he was always checking those emails, and he couldn't trust people enough to be able to let go of the business and let go and let somebody else take a step up in the business. And so there weren't the people in leadership positions that he could trust and allow to run his business so that he could take a day off and could just relax a little bit. And I think there's many of you, and if you're listening to this and you that resonates with you, then please say so, because I think there's a lot of business owners out there who are very much like that. And I suppose you don't really have to just own the business, but if you're a senior leader in a business and you feel like you can't step back and you can't relax and you're always having to be on or switched on all the time, and it's always down to you and the buck stops with you and you just can't let go, then over time that wears you down, that wears you out, let alone wears you down, and causes so much stress. Because if you think about it, if all the time it is always about you and what you can do, you can't share that load. And when there's only 24 hours in the day and you are supposed to sleep some of those and eat and see your family and all those things, then how do you do everything? So if your business is growing and you've got more business coming in, you've got, you're selling more and you've got to deliver more, and you're the one who's still having to juggle all the balls and be responsible for every single decision. And that's, I think, the biggest thing, is being responsible for every single decision, because then people will come to you and be asking you all the time and you just don't get a break. And if that's what it's like for you, then you need to think about what the long-term consequences of that are, because that's what happened to Roland. Because I think he was 56. I made a note actually because it was so profound. Yeah, 56. He died, and he died of stress-related problems. He died because he was so stressed in his business, and he was good at his business. He was a great and he was a wonderful person, but he didn't have the support there so that he could step back. He didn't have the trust in the people. He didn't have the right people around him who could step up and be leaders inside that business as well. And don't you think that's so sad? And I don't profess to know Roland, and Simon was telling me about him, but it just made me think that it's so easy to lose our life over something that is, yes, it's important and we all want to make money. But one of the things Simon said to me was that none of his team came to his funeral. Nobody missed him in that way. His family, yes, but people weren't able to go, or they didn't feel they needed to go, or maybe they didn't know him very well because he was stuck in his office. I don't know. But the point is that the people that miss us most is our family when we're gone. And if we're gone, there's nothing we can do about it. Yet often we work so hard in our business because we think that's where we should be, where we ought to be, where we must be, when actually what we need to do is change that round to have the time with our families and the time to spend enjoying the money that we make or the things that we get, enjoying it with the people that we love. But we can't do that unless we're able to grow a team in the business. That means that we can trust them and we can let go and we can step back. And that's why I thought it was really so interesting, because, and so very sad, but so very interesting, is that how easy Simon and Roland found it to feel that they had to do that. They had to work instead of creating the team that they could have had. And I don't want anybody else to suffer, not even be sick, let alone lose our life over something, not lose our life over our business, and the business that we probably love, but we don't want to lose our life over it, do we? Do we? And how long is it going to be until you do? How long is it until you become poorly or you lose your relationship because you're having to spend so much time in the business because nobody else can do it as good as you, or nobody else can be trusted as much as you? But it's just not true, because when we're gone, when I was in the police, I was there for 16 years and I did a good job. But when I went, I'm sure somebody just replaced me in the blink of an eye, probably. But the point is that we are replaceable. But it doesn't feel like that. We feel like we have to be there. We feel like we have to be the one. And actually we don't. What we need to do is to turn that round and create a team of people that are on fire, that are able and capable, and particularly they're capable of making good decisions, because the pressure is in the decision. Doing is not that difficult. It's, what should I do? How should I do it? When should I do it? What's the right thing? But those decisions, when people are good at making those decisions, then you don't have to make all the decisions in your business, because you can trust other leaders. You can trust other people to be able to do that. So how do you do that? Well, what you're looking for is committed people and capable people, and people who want to collaborate with you and other people in the team. And we need to create that in our businesses so that we can step back. And how do we create that? Well, if you want confident, capable people, you have to enable them yourself. You have to be the kind of leader who enables people, not disables people. And if you want people to collaborate, then you have to be collaborative. You have to understand others. You have to foster that in your business. And that means that you foster good communication, that you foster openness and honesty and all of those things. And that takes work. So you might think, well, Julie, you're just giving me more work to do now. But actually, if you do this work up front, if you create the right culture, you create capability, and then if you create commitment to the cause of what you're trying to achieve, whatever it is, making widgets or building houses, whatever it might be, if you help people to see what it is you're doing and why you're doing it, they can buy into it. And at that moment, you've excited people to want to be part of your journey and your business. And when you do that, then people can start to make a good decision. How do I make a good decision? Well, the only way I can do that is by knowing what is the right way to do something. And I know that because the boss will have determined where they're trying to go to, and it might be that we've collaboratively agreed that as well. But it means that I know where we're going, I know how we're meant to be getting there, and I know that I can do it. I have a confidence in myself and the other people on my team. And when I do that, I can make good decisions. So what you're needing to do as a leader is to enable people to make good decisions, to excite them with the journey that you're on, and be collaborative, so that you can all work together as a team. And therefore, you are not the only one. In fact, you are not the one. You are just a one. And that means you can take a day off, you can relax, you can recover, and you cannot be the one who falls down when you're 56. And who would want that? Who would wish that on anybody? That's just such a sad situation. So don't let it get to the point where your health suffers because you need to grow a team. Anyway, that was a bright and breezy one, wasn't it? For a team on fire. You need a team on fire if you want to stay healthy in your business. So, apologies for being a bit down, but if you do create the team on fire, then you can be the sort of person that works on their health, gives themselves some rest, and still has an amazing, amazing business. I'm going to stop now, but that's day 4. Day 5, we've got another subject. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing yet, and we will see you there. If you are a business owner and you want your team to be on fire, then give me a shout. Message me if you'd like to find out about the Team on Fire program, where we look at growing the leadership capability in your business for you and for your leadership team, and therefore grow your business as you grow your team. See you tomorrow.